here's why you don't think about Moldova as a business-friendly country, and why Moldova's IT park setup may be one of the best places to hire IT talent. Hello and welcome back to the Traveling Reports. Today, we are going over how Moldova's IT park system inherently benefits people who are aware of its benefits. And of course, this is something that isn't new, and no guru will tell you about it. However, Moldova's IT park system allows 7% company distribution on profits, so it's 7% corporate tax, a large talent pool that is highly educated. Many of the Moldovans that I've spoken to were educated in Romania or Italy, and this creates a huge competitive advantage. And something that's a fun fact that I'll put up here is that 98% of Moldovans are educated. 98%. And this creates a huge gap in terms of positioning. Now, I'm presently here in front of one of the ministries here in Moldova, and I can tell you that you won't find this information online, as I tried. Truly, I did. And some of it you can find online. Like, I was digging and recently found that it does describe that you only need 40% of share capital in the company at first upon creation. Now, that is something that obviously a lot of people wouldn't know to begin with, because it was buried under a bunch of documents. But it's with this that you can create highly tax efficient, highly motivated workforces that also have the ability to travel, to research, and to live on the ground. Something that many people don't know is that 95% of Moldovans can get Romanian citizenship. As you can see with the EU flag behind me, that means a lot of them are EU citizens. So if you want to move them to, let's say, Poland, Romania, Czechia, which all of those have amazing tax benefits, and whenever I'm in Romania, I will be creating videos about micro companies and how those play into the overall structuring of EU taxation. However, what many people don't realize is that companies in Moldova, first of all, get you residency, which, of course, something that not many people realize is that you do not have to have really any presence in Moldova. As fun fact, Moldova has a agreement that essentially they don't check you. So long as you renew your residency, you're good. And for many people, that can be done remotely. You don't even have to show up to Moldova. And after 15 years, you get citizenship. Now, that sounds like a long time. It is. But realistically, this is something that not a lot of people will have the knowledge about. And additionally, you have a large scale advantage with the 7% corporate tax, and many people in Moldova are utilizing this, but a lot of the information is in Romanian or Russian. Those are the two that are utilized and postured, because, of course, the national language of Moldova is Romanian, and the national language of Pridnestrovia, which is a breakaway region, which isn't recognized by Moldova, and for all intents and purposes is Moldova. But in Pridnestrovia, the national language is Russian. And so it's with this that you sort of create a heavily defensible company in a jurisdiction that realistically isn't trying to go after you, isn't trying to make your life any more difficult. And people here are nice. I mean, you saw me nod towards that officer. People really don't bother you all that much. Even the officers are like, oh yeah, what are you doing? No, but they won't get involved if you're not doing anything that they would consider to be, something that is breaking the law. And so this creates a large defensible moat in terms of your company's operations, and operational expenses go down, actually, as creating a company in Moldova can be as low as $350, which for a company in a EU adjacent country is not that much. Of course, it's less in Romania, and I'll be going over the costs in Romania to give you an idea of how you can use Romania to get an EU passport. However, it's gonna give you a larger, cheaper talent pool. Not necessarily a larger talent pool overall, as of course Romania is one of the largest EU countries by population. However, by raw talent that is inexpensive, it is something that is highly... You gotta be kidding me. Lord have mercy, pull over for him. Jesus. Anyway, but it's a cheap talent pool that allows for highly defensible positions, highly loyal positions, as a lot of Moldova is unemployed. A lot of Moldovans do want work as their pensions aren't high enough. And the younger generation actually speak very good English. I am currently in a hostel, as I believe in bootstrapping operations, but I'm presently in a hostel in central Chisinau, and there's a person from near Comrots in Gagauzia, and she thinks that her English is terrible, but what Moldovans consider to be terrible English is fairly good on a world stage. And if she continued to practice it and use it, she would be able to create content in English or whatever else. Customer service, stuff like this. And I think that's the biggest moat in Moldova, is that people are motivated here. They want to learn. They are highly motivated to learn. And they're not trying to get a one-up on people. In Moldovan culture, it's very hospitality-based, and so, of course, a lot of the contracts mean nothing to them, and what really matters is creating a defensible position that they get opportunity, they get safety, and they get a place to live, and they're fine. And so it creates a very high retention rate. It creates a lovely interaction with your employees. And of course, if you're looking for this sort of a company, I can give you a one-on-one consultation, 15 minutes, absolutely free. All you need to do is go down to the description and I will link my consulting call, and essentially you get one free one at 15 minutes. If you're looking to support me further and support this on the ground research, my Patreon is down there below as well. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like. If you really enjoyed it, I would appreciate a share. And I will continue to do on the ground research. And yeah, if you're looking for company formation or residency, this is the place to be. If you want to join me on that journey, of course, you can subscribe. However, without further ado, this has been the Traveling Report, signing off.